The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And good evening, my name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 10th day of January 2023. I promise what we're about to show you will be much closer than the Georgia TCU game last night. Anyway, so for our last baseball broadcast, we brought you to Miami for the first time for the Diamondbacks. For the Marlins and the Braves. Today, we take you to Arizona for the first time in Retro Sports Network history for a ball game between the St. Louis Cardinals and Arizona Diamondbacks, April 7th, 2001, a Saturday afternoon. And just because no one else was doing Saturday day games at that point, we're going to continue our tradition of Wednesday night, Friday, and Saturday day games right here for the 2001 in Action PC Odyssey. So the Diamondbacks come into this one 3-1. They are going to use Bobby Witt at the end of his career. He might go 6. We'll see. And he'll be faced against Darryl Kyle of the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals are 1-3. The Diamondbacks are 3-1. And if you're ready, I'm ready. It's time for baseball right here on Retro Sports Network. As Retro Sports Network presents 2001, an Action PC Season Odyssey. Tonight, from Bank One Ballpark in downtown Phoenix, Arizona, it is the Arizona Diamondbacks and the St. Louis Cardinals. And tonight's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web. For your sports simulation and replay needs, find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And in one of those rare, it's a small world type things that we often find ourselves doing here, I saw Bobby Witt pitch for the Texas Rangers in 1989. So it's not out of the realm of possibility he'd still be hurling it and missing the strike zone in 2001. Bobby, at the end of his career, is 37 years old. He would start 7 games for Arizona in 2001, appear in 14, available the entire year. A fastball pitcher and a standard pitcher at 90. And if you look at that 4.78 earned run average, that's actually an ERA plus of 96. Just tells you what a different era it was. As we said, 4-1 with a 4.78 ERA, 43 in the third innings, 36 hits, 6 homers, 25 walks, 31 strikeouts. And this will be the lineup that he'll face for the Cardinals, who come into this one 1-3. Dog's Day Dice, how are you? Thank you, my friend. Fernando Vina will lead off and play second base for St. Louis. Edgar Renteria is at short. He'll bat second. Placido Polanco, boy, I can't even say that, is at third. He'll bat third. Ray Langford in left cleans up. Some kid by the name of Albert Pujols. I have no idea who the heck he is. He's in right field. He'll bat fifth. Imagine that. It's his first week in Major League Baseball. This is their 5th game of the year. And he's already batting fifth for the Cardinals. I believe that is J.D. Drew in center field for St. Louis. He'll bat 6th. Matt Matheny, future manager of the team, is behind the plate. He'll go 7th. Paquette at first goes 8th. And Darryl Kyle, a tragic story onto his own, is on the mound, and he will bat 9th. Louis Gonzalez is an 8-5 in left as we set the Arizona defense. Steve Finley is a 7-5 in center. And David DeLucci is a 6-3 in right. Matt Williams is a 4 at third. Tony Womack a 3 at short. Jay Bell a 3 at second. Mark Grace a 7 at first. D. Miller behind the plate a 7-5, and Bobby Witt is a 7 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Vina will finish up this, probably the last time we'll go through what they did in real life. 303, 9 homers, and 56 RBI. At 333, a homer and 2 RBI. It is warm, 89 degrees in downtown Phoenix as we start this one on the 7th of April, 2001. Witt starts the ball game with a ground ball over the mound of Womack. Tony in front of the bag, over to first, 1 away. Edgar Renteria at 278. No homers, no RBI. 260 on the season. 10 homers and 57 RBI. Witt winds and deals. And there's a ground ball to Williams at third, over to first. And that is an out. So 2 out for Placido Polanco, who looks like he could be on the cover of a Menudo album, doesn't he? He just has that hitherto look in his eyes. Off to a flying start. 538, no homers and 2 RBI. 307 in 01, 3 homers and 38 RBI. Witt with 2 out here in the first. Ground ball to Womack. Tony throws to first, and St. Louis will go in order. So 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. After half an inning, St. Louis nothing. Here come the Diamondbacks. This is Darryl Kyle's second start of the year. He would make 34. 32 years old, a ground ball plus pitcher. Curveball is his specialty. And the fastball tops out at 86. He went 5 innings 5 days ago against the Rockies, presumably in Colorado, in a 7-6 loss. He did not get the decision, however. He only threw 5 innings, 89 pitches. I'm assuming that's opening day. 7 hits, 5 runs all earned. He gave up a homer. He walked 2 while striking out 3. So the ERA is 9, and the rest of the stats are the same. For the Cardinals in 01, he went 16 and 11, a 309 earned run average, 227 in the third innings, 228 hits, 22 homers allowed. He walked 65 and struck out 179. Tony Womack, who looks like he's trying to push out a gurney on ER, leads off at short. Look at the lefties. There are 5 of the first 6 hitters are lefties for the Diamondbacks. Mark Grace at first will bat second. Louis Gonzalez in left will go third. Matt Williams cleans up at third. Finley, the only righty in the top 4. Finley in center will bat fifth. DeLucci in right goes sixth. Bell at second bats seventh. Miller behind the plate goes eighth. And Witt, through 18 pitches in his half of the first, will go ninth. Defensively for St. Louis, Ray Langford a 4 and a 4 in left. Drew a 3 and an 8 in center. Albert Pujols is in right. He's a 3 and a 5. Polanco a 6 at third. Edgar Renteria a 6 at short. Fernando Vina a 10 at second. Paquette a 3 at first. Matheny, not a Jazz group, 9 and an 8 behind the plate, while Kyle is an 8 on the mound with a .952 fielding percentage. Womack 6 for 16 on the young year, 375, no homers or RBI, 266 on the real season, 3 homers and 30 RBI. Kyle gets ready to go, and it's a ground ball to Renteria. Edgar over to first, and there is 1 out. For Mark Grace, of course, better known as a Chicago Cub, but got his World Series ring with Arizona. 250 at the start of the season, a homer and 4 RBI. 298, 15 homers and 78 RBI. Kyle's pitch is a ground ball, base hit right side. Pujols will pick it up, throws it in, and that's the first base runner for anybody. For Louis Gonzalez, who will have a monster year. 313 right now, 2 homers, and 5 RBI. On the real year, incredible numbers. Hit 325, 57 homers, and 142 RBI. Kind of lost in that because this was Barry Bonds' 73 homer year. Gonzalez walked 100 times, while only fanning 83. Kyle from the stretch, and Gonzalez fans just like that. He swung on and missed a good curve, and there's 2 out for Matt Williams. Williams, 143, no homers, 2 RBI. 275 on the real year, 16 homers and 65 RBI. So Williams, of course, best known for his days with the Giants. And, of course, Grace, best known for his days with the Cubs. Arizona just really threw together an incredible team in 2001. Kyle rocks and delivers. Williams hits a ground ball to third. Polanco goes to Vina for the shutout at second, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. A runner left on after 1, no score. So be Langford. Again, what is this looking like I'm taking my picture for the cover of an 80s R&B album look? Pujols and Drew to follow. Langford at 308, having a good week. 2 homers and 4 RBI. As Mark Grace does not do his best Albert Bell impersonation to Fernando Vina. How you doing, Tribe fan? Langford at 235 on the real year. 15 homers and 39 RBI. We're with you at lunchtime the rest of the week, and then we'll be caught up with the first 2 weeks of the season. Friday afternoon, it'll be Roger Clemens and Pedro Martinez from Fenway Park. Pitch to Langford. There's a ground ball to Grace. Mark takes it to the bag himself. Rob is having technical issues, so we're waiting for him before picking your NFL playoff games. That's right. It's Tuesday night. Tribe fan and the crew. How'd you do this year picking games? Here's Albert Pujols, the rookie, and he's off to a flying start. 6 for 12. That's even I can tell you that's 500. A homer and 3 RBI. In his rookie year, 329, 37 homers, and 130 RBI. And yep, about 4 months after he played his last game, we are doing his 5th game. Some weeks not bad, some weeks awful. It's about how I did. Pitch to Pujols. Got him. Witt got him to chase a 1-2 fastball, and there's 2 out for J.D. Drew. Again, not here for picture day. Drew, 4 for 12 with 2 RBI the first week of the year. 323, 27 homers, 73 RBI. These are not Whitey Herzog's Cardinals for sure. Witt deals, and Drew strikes out. He got him to chase one, and that'll do it. Yep. Oh, back when Arizona played at the Bank One ballpark. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's actually real grass there on the field, too. Inning and a half in the books, no score. This is Bobby Witt Sr., 37 years old. When I went to the one and only game I ever saw at Fenway, it was against the Rangers, and Bobby Witt pitched in '89. Steve Finley, not off to a good start. 0 for 14. 275, though, is what he should be hitting. 14 homers and 73 RBI. Kyle's pitch. There's a ground ball right back to Darrell over to Paquette, and that's it out. Brings up DeLucci, the last of the left-handed hitters. 1 for 12 without 1 hit. Hey, Steve Tate, how are you? Dog's Day Dice, thanks for the... Oh, you're my newest follower. DeLucci, 1 for 12 without 1 hit. Was a solo home run. He has struck out 7 times. 276, 10 homers, and 40 RBI. On the real year. Kyle's pitch. There's a slow ground ball. Vina collects it off the grass in front of second base. Throws to first, and DeLucci's retired. And now I'll bring up Jay Bell. In that picture, he looks like a turtle with a wad of chewing tobacco. Bell at 364 and a solo homer. 248 on the real season, 13 homers and 46 RBI. Kyle deals, and there's a ground ball to Paquette, and that will retire the side. So the Diamondbacks go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the third here at the bottom, no score. So Mike Matheny. Again, I'm loving these Cardinal pictures. He does not look all that thrilled. 313, a good start, a homer and 4 RBI. 218, 7 homers and 42 RBI in total. Witt gets him to ground one to Bell at second. 1 out. Here's Craig Paquette, 2 for 10. He is the 2001 winner of the Opie Griffith Award winner. Lookalike contest. 2 for 10, 200. 282, 15 homers and 64 RBI. Paquette grounds one to third. Williams. Long throw to Grace for the out. Bobby Witt Jr. would have been 10 months old. Okay. 2 out for Kyle. Darrell 0 for 2. He struck out twice. He pitched the opener against the Rockies. And he will reach on a walk. Oops. Vina flies out to left. Can we get the game to stop now? Thank you. And that will retire the side. Sometimes the game gets ahead of me. So no runs, no hits, and the walk to Kyle does not hurt. Bottom of the third here in Arizona, no score. So Damian Miller, 4 for 16, a solo home run, hitting 250. 271 on the season, 13 homers, and 47 RBI. And we'll tell you what Witt did in his first 10 batters in the bottom of the top of the fourth. Pitch to Miller. There's a ground ball right back to Kyle over to first. Paquette is there for the out. So 1 out for Witt. Bobby, 37 years old, 3 for 12 on the real season with 7 strikeouts. Kyle winds and fires, and he fanned him. He got him to chase an 0-2 curve, 2 out. So Kyle is opening 9, 2 2/3, 31 pitches. Baby Jr. watching from the stands, filling a diaper. 1 hit and 2 strikeouts. Womack is 0 for 1. Ground ball to third. Polanco is there. And the throw over to first is going to be close. And Womack is out on the bang banger. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors. Bottom of the top of the fourth coming up here. Cardinals and D-backs are scoreless in Phoenix. So the first 10 batters for Witt, 3 innings, 44 pitches, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Renneria is 0 for 1. And there's a ground ball to third. Williams has it over to first for the out. So Witt cruising right along here for Polanco, who is 0 for 1. Witt rocks and deals. Ground ball to Williams, has to range to his right, throws to first. 2 out. So when Rob gets his thing up and going, are you just picking the 6 games this weekend, or are you going all the way through? Here's Langford. Ray is 0 for 1. And he walked. Well, you knew Witt wasn't going to throw a perfect game. That's the second walk of the afternoon. 2 out here in the top of the fourth for young Mr. Pujols, who struck out his first time up. And he got him again. Right down Broadway looking. No runs, no hits. St. Louis is now left on 2. We go to the bottom of the fourth here in Arizona. Cardinals nothing here. The Diamondbacks nothing. And the joys of using a wireless keyboard on top of a regular keyboard. Here are the standings. Just a few days in the season. Good start for the Phils. They're 3-1. Atlanta 3-2. Montreal off to a bad start, 1-3. In the Central, we've been told to stop the season because Houston is 3-1. Cincinnati is a half game back, then Chicago and Pittsburgh. Cardinals are 2 back. They've scored 25 but given up 26. And again, that series was in Colorado. And Milwaukee is 0-5. Ouch. In the West, Colorado and Arizona are tied at 3-1. The Dodgers a half game back at 3-2. San Francisco and San Diego from there. We'll stop it because the Red Sox are in first place at 3-1. Baltimore, New York, and Tampa all at 2-2. And the Jays are 2-3. In the Central, we have a White Sox fan I know that watches. They are 2-1. And in the West, Texas is 4-1. A game and a half in front of Oakland and Seattle, and 2.5 in front of Anaheim. No, I don't need to save. So here's Mark Grace. He singled, and that's a lone hit for anybody today. And he's got another hit. That's punched into center field. Drew will pick it up. And so Grace will go back to first. Louis Gonzalez is 0-1. Steve, if you're still watching, are you now working on a Negro League franchise slice? Kyle, runner on first. This might be 2. Polanco will get it at third. Vina goes to second. So Vina for 1, and there will be a late throw to first. Gonzalez beat it out, and it's 5-4 on the fielder's choice. Brings up Matt Williams, who's 0-1. Struck him out. Kyle got him on a 75-mile-an-hour changeup. My goodness, a 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. 2 out for Finley, who is 0-1. Chopper to first. Paquette will grab it, take it to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. So again, this one's been a pitcher's duel. No runs. Arizona gets their second hit. They leave a runner on. After 4, no score. So Drew, Matheny, and Paquette to face Witt here in the 5th. And here's the thing with modern baseball. He's only supposed to throw about 90 pitches. He's got a no-hitter going through 4. He's at 65. J.D. Drew struck out his first time up. Into right field, DeLucci going back. 1 out. And then I'll bring up Matheny, who's 0-1. 90 degrees here in Phoenix. I guess the roof is open. Pitch to Matheny. Ground ball to third. Williams across the way. 2 out. Now bring up Paquette, who's 0-1. So Witt cruising right along here. And Paquette hits this one to third. Williams, a good play, over to first. We're halfway home on a Tuesday night, and the Cardinals have got bagels everywhere. You see the graphic. Halfway home, we'll get the commercial. No score. If you joined us late, the story is with Mr. Witt. He's got 5 innings worth of bagels on the board. He has walked 2 and struck out 3, but his pitch count is 90, and he's at 79. The Cardinals have allowed 2 hits, and no one really has reached. Darryl Kyle has struck out 3. So DeLucci, Bell, and Miller here in the bottom of the 5th. How you doing, Matt? DeLucci is 0 for 1. And if you thought 2001 was all about offense, we played 9 half innings, and it's bagels all the way around. Pitch to DeLucci. It hit him. DeLucci gets nailed. Got him on the leg. And that'll bring up Jay Bell, who's 0 for 1. So Kyle, his pitch count's about 115. Bell swings, should be 2. Renneria over to Vina for 1. Fernando pivots, throws to first. Paquette is there. 6-4-3 for sure, and there's 2 out. DeLucci with a roadblock slide, but it didn't do any good. Here's Damian Miller. He's 0 for 1. And Kyle, ground ball to third. Polanco, snap throw to first. And that will retire the side. Kyle threw all of 8 pitches in the 5th. He's going to bat. He walked his first time up. After 5, no score. So Kyle gets ready to swing the bat. Witt, I really want him to give up a hit. I don't know how long he can stay in the ballgame. Chopper to third. Williams coming way in on the grass. Throw to Grace. And Kyle is out on a bang-banger. So 18 batters deep for Bobby Witt. 84 pitches, 5 1/3, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. And that'll bring up Fernando Vina, who is 0 for 2. So Bob Brenly, who sits in the dugout for Arizona, has to wonder, how long do I leave him in for? Pitch to Vina. Fernando hits a ground ball to Grace. Mark takes it to the bag, 2 out. So here's Renneria. He is 0 for 2. You didn't expect 5 2/3 scoreless from when we started. I mean, remember, he's supposed to sport an earned run average of 478. Pitch to Edgar. And there's a fly ball, right center field. Finley moving over. Will make the catch on a diving catch by Finley in the outfield. How about that? We go to the bottom of the 6th, and Mike Witt's going to stay in the ballgame. He's throwing a whole bunch of bagels. After 5 1/2, no score. So Witt struck out his first time up. Kyle delivers. Ground ball to Renneria. Edgar over to first for the out. You guess that is an easy decision just because although the game is scoreless, when you start the inning, why not? Here's Womack. Tony is 0 for 2. Kyle, 64 pitches through 5 1/3. 18 batters, 2 hits, and 3 strikeouts. And Womack up the middle. Vina, diving stop behind the bag, over to first to get him. So this one's turned into a nail-biter. The only player of the 18 to be on the field with any sort of hit is at the plate. It's Mark Grace. He is 2 for 2. He is singled twice. Kyle, the 3rd time through, got him. He chased, and Kyle gets a strikeout. After 6 here at the Bob, no score. And so Witt will face Polanco, Langford, and Pujols. Polanco was 0 for 2. Fly ball left field. Gonzalez has had a quiet day out there, and somebody from Scottsdale made that catch, and the count moves to 0-2. Fly ball left field. Gonzalez. 1 out. It'll be Langford. I'm watching that batting average just to see what could happen. Langford has walked. He is 0 for 1. Witt deals. Got him! An 0-2 curve, swung on and missed. And for Bobby Witt, my goodness gracious, 2 outs here in the 7th, and here's Albert Pujols. Pujols has struck out twice. Witt is spinning an absolute masterpiece here. Kicks and fires. Fly ball left field. Gonzalez into left center. And after 7 innings, it's stretch time, and it's all good for Bobby Witt. So the Diamondbacks would like to give him at least a run. Gonzalez is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. The only man to have a hit in the entire game is Mark Grace. Kyle starts the bottom of the 7th. A ground ball to Renneria. Edgar with a diving stop in the hole. Over to first. 1 out. So here's Matt Williams, who struck out. He's 0 for 2. There was a no-hitter the first week of the 2001 season. It came in Baltimore. Hideo Nomo for the Boston Red Sox. Fans of Don Orsillo will tell you, or will remember, that was his first Major League game he ever called for Nesson. Pitch to Williams. Ground ball to first. Paquette takes it to the bag himself. I take it Tribe fans have got their difficulty squared away. 2 out for Steve Finley, who is 0 for 2. It's only 7:33. We started right on time at 7 o'clock. This one has turned into all that in a bag of chips. Pitch to Finley. There's a line drive to right. Pujols can't quite get there. He trapped it. In fact, it scoops past him. Finley has got a double. So Pujols slid, and I thought he had the backhanded catch. He did not. And so the go-ahead run is on. 2 out for DeLucci, who is 0 for 1. Kyle's pitch. There goes Finley. Fly ball to right. Pujols running in. Rides a Schwinn. Makes the catch, and that will retire the side. They have given Bobby Witt no help at all. We go to the 8th. No score. Witt spot is due up 3rd here in the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Drew, Matheny on Paquette. And any really sort of base runner is going to get Bobby pulled. You just can't take a chance. Remember, there's no score in this game. Pitch to Drew. Struck him out! How about that? An 0-2 curve, swung on and missed. So here's Mike Matheny, who is 0 for 2. Wow. If you're in the chat, say something. My goodness. It is 91 degrees here in downtown Phoenix. But Bobby Witt must feel like he's on the surface of Venus right now. All that pressure and all that heat. Matheny up the middle. Bell over to first, and there's 2 out. Bernie, how are you? And so what do you do? He is well past where he should be out of the ball game. He's due up third, but with 2 out here in the 8th. Thanks for the sub, Matt. Here's Paquette. He's 0 for 2. Witt has made a whole gaggle of bagels so far. And Jim Edmonds will pinch hit. Edmonds, 3 for 12 to start the replay with a homer and 2 RBI. 304 overall, 30 homers, and 110 RBI. As a pinch hitter, he's 1 for 2. So 2 out, top of the 8th, and a scoreless tie. Edmonds. He walked. That's a 3rd walk for Witt. And now that brings up Darryl Kyle. So Bobby gets a reprieve from the governor here, although Kyle has a walk. 115 pitches for Witt. And Larry Sutton is going to pitch it. So Darryl Kyle, despite the low pitch count, unless the Cardinals get a run here, isn't going to have a decision. Sutton 1 for 5, including 1 at bat as a pinch hitter with an RBI. 119, 1 homer, and 3 RBI in real life. So again, Witt takes a deep, deep breath, delivers, and there's a ground ball to Bell over to first, and after 8, it's no score. And it's not Gene Hackman, but Luther Hackman. Call up your friends right now. We've only had one of these go to the 9th before. And that was Game 5 of a World Series. Luther Hackman is 26 years old. He is an extreme fly ball pitcher. And the fastball tops out at 91. Making his 3rd appearance of the year. He pitched last night against the Diamondbacks. 9 pitches to retire all 3 batters and strike out a man. So 2 innings, 1 hit, and 3 Ks. 1 and 2 with a save, with a 4.29 ERA and 35 2/3 real innings, 28 hits, 7 home runs, 14 walks, and 24 strikeouts. It'll be Bell, Miller, and we'll see. Jay has grounded into a double play. He is 0 for 2. Only 2 men have reached on hits in this game. Mark Grace and Steve Finley. Hackman starts the 8th. Ground ball to short. Renneria. 1 out. So here's Damian Miller, who is 0 for 2. Pitch to Miller. There's a ground ball, third base side, foul. Polanco tosses it to someone from Tempe, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Witt is on the on-deck circle. Miller struck him out, so 2 out, you might's well. And so everybody's on their feet now. Bobby's going to bat. Vina, Renneria, and Polanco in the 9th for St. Louis. Witt 0 for 2. Witt hits a fly ball to left. Langford will make the catch to retire the side. Witt has a sore arm, but he's 3 outs away from the most unlikeliest thing you'd ever see him do. Vina is 0 for 3. Witt deals. Struck him out! A full count Bugs Bunny curve at 75, swung on and missed. And there is 1 out in the 9th for Edgar Renteria, who is 0 for 3. My goodness gracious. Those watching in the chat have run out of fingernails. Say hello again, chat. So Witt, he can smell the absorbing junior from here. Kicks and fires. Fly ball, left field. Gonzalez in the corner. Foul. 1 and 2. I thought you already subbed. Well, thanks. No, thanks again. So, my goodness. A 1-2 count. Renteria digging in. Witt deals. Fly ball, center field. Finley. And there's 2 out in the 9th. Now, don't forget, Arizona hasn't scored. So in order for this to be MLB official, they got to win the ball game. Polanco is 0 for 3. Wouldn't that be something if this was all for naught? Bobby Witt turns around, sees that America West Airlines sign in right center field, and wishes that there was an air sickness bag he could use right now. He takes a huge deep breath. Pitch to Polanco. He walks. And so here's Ray Langford. He is 0 for 2, a walk and a strikeout. Witt has thrown 134 pitches. He really should have only thrown 5 innings. There's 2 out in the 9th. Langford. Right field. DeLucci. And it's gone. They tried to get him the no-hitter and the shutout, and it's all gone. Ray Langford, a 2-out, 2-run homer. And Bobby Witt pulls a Dave Stieb. My goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie. Langford not known for his power. I'll be very curious when we see the box score how many pitches Witt had in his arm. And Bank One Ballpark will rise as one as they got to come get him now. That is, as Albert Pujols steps to the plate, a Charlie Brown loss, if you ever saw one. And so they're going to go with Mike Morgan. Morgan, 41 years old. This team was not young. Fastball at 87, a ground ball pitcher, making his first appearance of the year. 1-0 in real life with no saves. An earned run average of 426. 38 innings, 45 hits, 2 homers, 17 walks, 24 strikeouts. Here's Pujols, who has struck out twice. He is 0 for 3. Womack, Grace, and Gonzalez in the bottom of the 9th for Arizona. Pujols into center, Finley moving over. Womack moves out, Finley moving in, makes the catch, and that'll do it. Steve Klein trying to slam the door for the Cardinals. The no-hitter is gone. The 2-run homer by Ray Langford are all the runs in the game. 2 runs a hit. They've left on 3. Bottom 9, 2-0 St. Louis. Klein, 3-3 with 9 saves on the real year. And an earned run average of 180. 28 years old. A lefty. Slider at 87 and a ground ball plus pitcher. Making his 4th appearance of the year through 12 pitches last night and their 7-6 loss to Arizona. 3 innings overall, 2 hits and a strikeout. Who can hit a lefty? Craig Counsell will pinch hit. Counsell 0 for 4 on the young year, 275, 4 homers, and 38 RBI. It's lefties good. Ground ball base hit left side. How about that? So that'll bring up Mark Grace, who was 2 for 3 with a strikeout. He's going to swing here. Klein deals. Counsell stays put. Ground ball to Vina. Might be 2. Fernando goes only to first. Grace is in a hurry, but he wasn't that amazing. He's out. And so Luis Gonzalez with first base open is a tying run. He's 0 for 3. And you're not pinch hitting for him. Matt Williams is on deck, a righty. So Klein has 1 out. Gonzalez has 2 homers on the young year. Klein's pitch. Gonzalez ground ball to Edmonds, who's a 2 at first, takes it to the bag himself, and down to 2 out. So that'll bring up Matt Williams. Last chance saloon is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Runner on third. There have been 5 hits in this ballgame. An incredible ballgame. 92 degrees. Now Williams trying to tie this up with 1 swing of the bat. It's a base hit into right center field. Counsell will score, and it's 2-1. So they'll pinch hit for Finley. Danny Bautista, the right-handed pinch hitter. 1 for 4. He is the winning run, by the way. And an RBI. Mike Morgan would get the win. Klein trying to hold on. 302, 5 homers, 26 RBI. The real-life numbers for Bautista. 2 out, bottom of the 9th, 2-1 St. Louis. In a barn burner of a game. Klein's pitch. Bautista swings. Ground ball to Renneria. This should do it. Over to Vina, and that will do it. Oh, my goodness. What an effort from Bobby Witt, who is going to be the Digital of the Dice MVP. He throws a Charlie Brown effort. The Cardinals win this one by the score of 2-1. 2 runs, 1 hit, and an error for St. Louis. Darryl Kyle is not the MVP. They left on 3. Arizona, 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors, and they left on 4. So you ready to see how many pitches Bobby Witt should have thrown? 95. What an effort. Oh, goodness gracious. So Hackman gets the win. He threw a clean 8. Klein gave up a run in the bottom of the 9th. Bobby Witt, oh, my heart just breaks for him. 1 hit, the home run to Langford. He walked 4 and struck out 6. Would you have left him in? Or would you have tried for the team no-hitter? Ouch. So the Diamondbacks fall to 3-2. The Cardinals go to 2-3. the rest of the day in baseball for you. Look at that. One hit. Ugh. It is the Cubs over the Phillies, 5-4. Jason Beret gets the win, 1-0. Dahl the loss. Bobby Abreu, 3-4 for the Phils, his second of the year, drove in 2. Mets beat the Expos 6-4. Steve Trashel gets the win, 1-0. Vasquez, the loss, 1-1. Come on, go back. You interrupted my reading. Perez 2-for-3 with a home run. Cleveland beats Baltimore in 10, 3-2. Wickman with a win. Kohlmeyer the loss. Kenny Lofton is first of the year. Went 1-for-2. Yankees pounded the Jays 14-5. El Duque goes to 2-0. McCulloch 0-1. Derek Jeter is back. 3-for-4 with a stolen base. Reds break them up. They're 4-2. They beat the Brewers 7-6. Reyes 1-0. Larry King, 0-1. Hammonds 3-for-5 and won his first of the year. Pittsburgh 7-5 over Houston. Arroyo 1-0. Bottenfeld 0-1. Young 2 homers, 4 RBI, 2-for-4. The Twins, this week's home to Carlos Correa, beats the Royals 20-8. Redmond 1-0. Supan 0-1. Quinn 2 homers, 2 solo shots, 3-for-5. They hit 5 home runs all told and 20 hits. The Royals had 5 home runs and had 19 hits and lose by 12. Mark Quinn had 2 of those, as we said, and 3 hits. Mark Burley throws 3 hits over 7 2/3. They shut down the Tigers 3-0. Holt takes a loss. Valentin 2-for-4, his first of the year, and 2 RBI. By the way, in that Yankee throttling of Toronto, David Justice hit a grand slam, drove in 5, and had 2 hits. Anaheim beats Oakland 4-2. Green 1-0. Tim Hudson 0-2. Wonder if he'll ever get with Dayton to make a target. Palmeiro 1-for-2, a home run, and drove in 2. Florida beats Atlanta for the second straight game. Ryan Dempster goes to 2-0. John Burkett 1-1. Martinez 2-for-4, his first of the year. Tim Wakefield gets his first win of the year. He beats Tanyan Sturge 12-7. Shea Hillenbrand 3-for-4, a homer, and 2 doubles. Seattle beats Texas down in Arlington 8-7. Brett Tomko gets the win 1-0. Davis the loss 0-1. Doug Mirabelli 2-for-2, a home run, and 2 RBI. Colorado beats San Diego 3-2. Hampton with a win. Woody Williams goes to 0-2. Gonzalez 2-for-4, second of the year. And last but not least, the Giants beat the Dodgers 9-5. Hernandez 1-0. Chanho Park 1-1. And some scrub by the name of Bonds hits his first of the year. On tomorrow, we'll have the Mets and the Braves for you. Noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Ron Reed versus Greg Maddux. And that's a pretty good pitching matchup. Thursday at lunch, we will have St. Louis, Darryl Kyle against Bottenfeld. If Matt's still here, you'll like that. And then Friday, we'll have the Red Sox and the Yankees. It's Roger Clemens and Pedro Martinez. I hope you don't mind. All right, till tomorrow at lunch. Have a good one, everybody. Talk to you then. So long.